Hello young scientists, and welcome back to the SciKid Singapore channel. This is where we explore everything from the solar system to SPSO questions and even tariffs. You might be thinking, what do tariffs have to do with science? Isn't that something to do with money or trade? That's a great question. Today, we are talking about a different kind of science called economics. Economics is the science that studies how people produce, share, and use things, especially when there isn't enough of something for everyone. It is all about how we make choices, like deciding whether to buy one packet of Pokémon cards now or save up to buy the whole box later. Even though economics focuses on people instead of atoms or chemicals, it is still a science. Economists use data, create models, and test their hypotheses. Just like scientists study nature, economists study how people behave when making decisions in markets. So today, let's find out what a tariff is and how the science of decision-making helps us understand the world around us. Maybe you've heard your parents say that the stock market has been falling like crazy these past few days. That's because the new US President, Donald Trump, just made a big announcement a few days ago. The United States is now introducing something called a tariff on products that come from other countries. These tariffs are special taxes that make imported goods more expensive, and they're causing lots of changes around the world. The US has decided to impose a universal baseline tariff of 10% on all goods coming into the country, no matter where they're from, even friendly countries like Singapore. But that's not all. China is getting hit the hardest. On top of the 10%, China faces an extra 34% tariff, making it a total of 44% on anything China wants to sell to the US. These new taxes are in addition to any old ones that were already in place. In response, China is fighting back. Starting from April 10, 2025, China will add a 34% tariff on everything it imports from the US. This back and forth is called a trade war, and it's already starting to cause problems around the world, including here in Singapore. But what exactly is a tariff? A tariff is a special kind of tax that a country puts on goods coming from another country. For example, if China wants to sell toys, electronics, or clothing to the US, the US government might say, "Sure, but you must pay extra money before your goods enter our country." That extra money is called a tariff. So if a toy from China normally costs $10, and the US puts a 44% tariff on it, it now costs $14.40 before it even reaches the shop. That's $4.40 more just because of the tariff. Why does this make the stock market fall? When countries place tariffs on each other, trading becomes more expensive. Companies may lose money, customers might stop buying things, and investors get nervous. So they quickly sell their shares in companies, which causes the stock market to go down. So how does this affect us in Singapore? Let's say your favorite packet of Pokémon cards is made in the United States. If the US puts tariffs on the paper or ink they import from China to make the cards, the cost of producing those cards will go up. Then, when the cards are sold to toy shops in Singapore, they become more expensive. So, you might need to spend more of your pocket money to buy the same pack of Pokémon cards. Or imagine your school canteen sells a roti prata for $1. But the flour and oil used to make it come from other countries. If those countries are affected by US tariffs or if they start adding their own tariffs, then the cost of those ingredients might go up. Let's say the price of ingredients rises by just 10%. That means your $1 Prada might become $1.10. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but if prices go up for many things, it adds up quickly. If trading between countries becomes more expensive or slower, the canteen auntie or uncle might have to pay more for ingredients. That could mean higher prices for your food or worse, they might stop selling our favorite Prada altogether. Let's look at how tariffs affect different parts of the economy. When tariffs are added, goods from other countries become more expensive. Companies that import those goods must raise their prices to cover the cost. That means we, the customers, end up paying more for everyday things like Pokémon cards, iPhones, games, snacks, clothes, and even roti prata. If prices go up, fewer people want to buy those things. That's called a drop in demand. Shops then order less from suppliers, which lowers the supply. This makes products harder to find or more expensive. Tariffs can disrupt the usual flow of buying and selling. Tariffs can make countries stop trading as much with each other. Normally, Countries buy and sell with each other to get things they need. But if the US adds high tariffs, countries like China may fight back by adding their own. That's exactly what's happening now. This kind of argument between countries is called a trade war. It makes trading slower, more expensive, and more difficult for everyone, including small countries like Singapore. The US says these tariffs will help protect its own businesses and create more jobs for Americans. For example, if foreign clothes become expensive, Americans may buy more clothes made in the US. That helps local factories and workers. But it can hurt other countries. Chinese factories that sell to the US may lose customers and shut down. Workers in those factories could lose their jobs. Even in Singapore, if we supply parts or ingredients to China or the US, our businesses could suffer too. That means people here could lose jobs or earn less money. So why is the US doing this? The US believes it has been buying too much from other countries while selling too little. By making foreign goods more expensive, it hopes people will buy more American-made products, which supports its own economy and keeps jobs in the country. Is there anything we can do about it? As kids, we can't change government decisions, but we can learn how the world works. We can ask good questions, understand current events, and support local products. When we grow up, we'll be able to make smart decisions and maybe even help create fair trade systems. So the next time you hear your parents talking about prices going up or hear the news mention a trade war, remember, it's more than just money. It's about how countries interact, how important decisions are made, and how those decisions can affect our everyday lives here in Singapore. Stay curious and keep learning, young scientist. See you next time.